We do not need a motion to recess in this meeting. So we're going to move on to agenda questions. Please limit your questions at this time to resolutions under new business on this agenda. As a matter of fairness, you are asked to limit your questions to no more than one and your remarks to no longer than 3 minutes. If you are here representing a group, please identify yourself, the group, and your position in the group. If you are here as an individual, please give us your name and address. This section of public participation will be limited to 15 minutes. Please specify the resolution you are referring to in your questions.
Evelyn Slockbarrow, 43 Thunderhead Place. Quick question about the F, the abolishment of the following policies and regulations. What policies have these been replaced by, if any?
Let me just see F and see what order we're in. Hazing and cyberbullying, policy 51-1201 and 51-1202, cyberbullying were replaced by harassment intimidation 55-12.
Okay.
School level planning was not replaced by anything. We no longer have the QSAC review, so it's no longer a mandated policy. And free and reduced meal rates, it was abolished. It provided the original policy provided detailed requirements of the school lunch program as outlined by the New Jersey Department of Agriculture. And as terms in this agreement change often, the revised policy guide incorporates in the agreement. So the regulation has been abolished. The policy takes over.
Okay, and then just quick, the textbook in J, the Musician's Guide to Fundamentals, 2nd edition, which class is the textbook for?
It's for the music theory?
The Music Theory 1?
Just music theory.
Yeah, not the AP one.
Music
The
theory one, yes.
Right, okay,
Yep.
thank you.
No problem.
Thank you. At this moment, I'd like to have the superintendent's report.
Yes, thank you very much, Ms. Barron. A lot of wonderful things to report tonight. Ms. Barron and I are going to tag team because there are so many, so some great things. A congratulations, huge shout out to senior poet Deanna Altamara. Congratulations to Deanna for making it to the final round of the Poetry Out Loud Regional Competition at Bergen Pack this past Tuesday. Students in the final round memorized and recited 3 poems selected to fulfill certain criteria. Deanna competed against students from Bergen, Hudson, and Passaic County. Ms. Mary Albert is her advisor. So a huge congratulations to her. Student artists are featuring work at Kane University. I'm proud to announce that Alan Chan, Rachel Colucci, Alexandra Manzanio, and Valentina Petroni's artwork has been selected to be in the Artistic Impression of Holocaust Liberation Art Exhibition at Kane University in Union. Artistic Impressions of Holocaust Liberation is an emotive interpretation of the voices of Holocaust liberators. The exhibit features the visual responses of Kane Fine Art students and teaching alumni, as well as New Jersey students. So it's nice to have that as well. Congratulations to 5 fine vocalists from Mahwah High School who were accepted into the North Jersey Junior Regional Treble Chorus last weekend. They are Ali Adamansky, Isabella Marcillo, Tommy Mealy, Anna Morell, and Jen Lee Valleys. Congratulations to them, and of course to Miss Laura, their teacher. I think I got, oh, I didn't? I did. You're on. You're on.
We have high school band congratulations. Congratulations to Jeffrey Saugerton, Justina Kender, and Kevin Kim for their acceptance into the 2016 New Jersey All-State Band. They will perform at NJ Pack in Newark on February 20th. And congratulations to Maxwell Maia, Alexander Lennox, Jonathan Zhang, Joshua Seguera, and Gabriella Ficidomina, I think. Ficidomia? For their acceptance into the Gabriella, for their acceptance into the North Jersey Region 1 Junior High Band. They will perform at Northern Valley Old Tapan on March 6th. We also have the North Jersey School Music Association's Region 1 Chorus. On Saturday, February 6th, nearly 400 students from 7 northernmost counties in New Jersey auditioned for the North Jersey School Music Association's Region 1 choruses. Mrs. Lahr, our choral music instructor at the Ridge, was thrilled to share that 17 students from both Mahwah High School, 5 of them, and Ramapo Ridge Middle School, 12 students, successfully auditioned and will be representing our school community in these honors choruses. Not only did Mahwah have a high number of students accepted, Many of our students were scored very highly in their voice part. Of the 85 first sopranos who auditioned, 3 of the top 5 are Ramapo Ridge Middle School's 8th graders, and 2 of them, Lydia Charon and Olivia Leto, scored first and second respectively. Lydia had the second best score in the entire region. Our bass section also auditioned outstandingly well, with both young men Aaron Lockwood and Charlie Ackerson scoring in the top 10. Like Mrs. Lahr, we are so proud to work with these incredibly talented, hardworking young men and women. Thank you for your continued support of the performing arts and for allowing our students to continue to pursue opportunities such as this. The concert is March 20th at 3 p.m. at Kittatinny Regional High School. And last but not least, Ramapo Ridge Band. 4 of the Ramapo Ridge Band students auditioned and were selected to participate in Intermediate Region Band. Congratulations is extended to these magnificent students and musicians: Enver Alman, Juliet Corliss, Mark Sitar, and Matthew Slockbauer. Congratulations to all. Anything else? Okay. Carla, you have anything for us today? Thank you. Dennis, would you like to give us a report?
Wanted to update everyone on our interviews for the supervisor of special education grades 6 through 12. We have 85 applicants, and our panel consists of John Pascal and Brian Miller, our high school and middle school principals, as well as Lisa Rizzo, who is our director of special services, a member from our supervisory team, and me. And we chose 12 of those 85 applicants, and we are currently interviewing them. And we're in the process of hopefully having someone for recommendation next meeting, March 2nd. That's our hope. That's it.
Thank you very much.
One of the things that we were interested in having when we were looking, and I didn't do a lot of the vetting, because I know that Dennis and Lisa did, is we were looking for somebody who certainly had teaching experience, right?
Yes, all 12 applicants have extensive teaching experience. We had an array of candidates, which is why the 12 that we chose to interview had that standout experience. One member inside, yes.
Thank you very much, Dennis. Thank you. I have nothing to report this evening, because I reported what we had. So yes, I did. And now we have board committee reports. Does anyone have any reports that they would like to give?
So facilities and finances, we've got a meeting to start framing up budget process for the upcoming year, and that also includes reviewing different projects that are being suggested by building leadership and administration in terms of both capital and maintenance projects. We got through, I guess, about 3/4 of it tonight. We'll finish it up in our next session, and then we'll figure out a method by which we get that incorporated into the budget
Presentations in March,
budget
right?
presentations when we start in March. You know, a mix of maintenance, improvements, and a couple of exciting things that we'll sit on for now.
Thank you. I look forward to hearing. Anyone else?
Over the policy committee, you'll see 15E and F. All those are really pretty much housekeeping. The bylaws changes are really reflective of the fact that elections are now in November. And the policies and regulations, as was discussed already, have been replaced by new policies. So it's just housekeeping stuff.
Thank you. Suzanne, yes.
And I just wanted to say something about Bergen County School Boards. For all the new members, I know you probably all started getting your information from New Jersey School Boards. These Bergen County meetings, they're open, you don't have to be the rep or the alternate to go to them. They're open to anyone, and some of them it's quite interesting.
Thank you, Suzanne. Okay, now we have board member remarks and comments on any non-agenda items. Does anyone have any comments?
Yeah, real quick, and I guess it sort of loops into the Schools Foundation liaison too, but Schools Foundation just had their Denim and Diamonds Gala, which was, good time was had by all. They had a record attendance, and they raised a lot of money, that $23,000 that'll be eventually looped back into the school system. So
Fantastic.
It was really an awesome event.
It was a great evening, a lot of fun, and they worked really hard and they did a great job.
They really did. Thank you, Rick. Anyone else? Okay. We have old business now, the minutes. We have a motion and a second. Doug Angela and second Michaela.
Ms. Davis.
Abstain.
Mr. De Silva.
Yes.
Mr. Denise.
Yes.
Mr. Gallo.
Yes.
Ms. Conoco.
Yes.
Mr. Salderini.
Yes.
Ms. Curry.
Abstain.
Mr. D'Angelo.
Yes.
And Ms. Barron.
Yes. Now we have new business. Under new business, I'd like to take 15A through N. Have any discussion? Got it.
Just move.
Just motion.
You can't discuss it until you move it.
Oh, we have a motion to move it. Doug, second Christine. Any discussion? Okay, would you like to take roll call?
Of course. Ms. Davis.
Yes.
Mr. De Silva.
Yes.
Mr. Denise.
Yes.
Mr. Gallo.
Yes.
Ms. Conoco.
Yes.
Mr. Salderini. Ms. Curry.
Yes.
Mr. D'Angelo.
Yes.
And Ms. Barron.
Yes. Okay.
Actually, I did have one comment on L, the $107,000. Did a thank you note go out?
Just a little.
Yes. That was very generous.
That was really amazing. Yes, extremely so.
And then we have new business. I'd like to take 16A through C. Have a motion, please. Rick, and second, Doug. Any discussion? Okay.
Ms. Davis.
Yes.
Mr. De Silva.
Yes.
Mr. Denise.
Yes.
Mr. Gallo.
Yes.
Ms. Conoco.
Yes.
Mr. Salderini.
Yes.
Ms. Curry.
Yes.
Mr. D'Angelo.
Yes.
And Ms. Barron.
Yes. Now we've reached the time for public questions or comments. This section of public participation will be limited to 15 minutes.
Evelyn Flockborough, 43 Thunderhead Place. I just wanted to bring up, I questioned my daughter, well, I asked my daughter to talk to some of the transgender students that she knows. Now, they're at college now, but, you know, they were just at high school. And I asked what the preference would be regarding the restroom situation. And the preference would be to have all three options. So the preference would be to use the men's facility, the ladies' facility, or have access to a facility that is a non-gender facility. So that was directly from the students. That would be, their preference was that they could have a choice and that those choices would be available to them.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just Bob Grisbeck, 23 Winding Trail. Just a clarification point from last week's meeting regarding the 5-year plan. Was there an actual dollar amount associated to the 5-year capital plan? That's the only question for clarification from last week. The current 5-year plan.
We have a long-range facility plan, which at this point is somewhat outdated only because we're
Right.
waiting for software.
Correct, no, I understand that.
Do we have a specific
Dollar amount tied to it.
No, because we don't really have a specific 5-year plan that's on paper. So no, there is no dollar amount associated with what we anticipate doing.
Okay.
As we know of upcoming
Right, no, I
projects,
understand
which
that.
are not delineated on a 5-year
Sure.
number. No, there is not.
Because last week the question was that we have $6.8 million in the capital fund, and that's tied to the plan, right? So what, obviously there was a plan that dollar amount was tied to, so the question was, what's the dollar?
The answer is no. No, you can have a long-range facility plan that could ask for $50 million. It doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to have that number.
Correct, no, right, it can't exceed the
Right.
dollar amount, so the
Yeah,
question was, what is the
Well,
actual,
that question was.
It has to be on the plan.
they're tied. That's all the only reason why I was asking, that was the part that was left out.
Yeah, somebody asked what was the maximum amount that could be in the capital reserve
Correct.
account, and I think the answer was no more than the total of everything in the long-range facility plan.
Correct.
So,
What is the dollar amount associated with
Right.
that? And I
The-
don't know.
Okay,
22
so
million.
that's all I asked was if there could be a follow-up to what that number was. That's all, thank you.
The
Mrs. Lockhart.
capital,
Mrs. Lockhart, you gotta stand up.
sorry, I'm a little loud now, sorry. The capital reserve is attached to the long-range facilities plan. Anything that is spent out of that capital reserve needs to be approved by the state
We
and
know.
be, okay.
We know,
No,
Ms. Lockhart.
just, I wanted to clarify for the gentleman because
Thank you.
the way it came off to me was that wasn't totally the case. And from my last, now, I don't have the exact figure, but it was about 18 million worth of projects that were still outstanding on that last long
Okay, rather
range.
than us report that number, I'd rather that Mr.
Okay,
Blueberg
no,
got it.
I just
straight
wanted
from
to
the
let you know
plant.
that was the last
I'm-
number.
I'm happy, Mrs. Lockhart.
Okay.
that you did that. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I'd like to have a motion to adjourn. Suzanne and Leslie. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.